Welcome to the Legalpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Sager, founder and CEO of Legalpreneur Inc. As a serial entrepreneur and someone that works exclusively with small business owners legally protecting their business, I'm dedicated to covering common legal issues faced by business owners, providing you with the business knowledge you need to catapult your business's growth and showing you just how some of the world's most elite entrepreneurs have handled these legal and business issues themselves. In true attorney fashion, the information in this episode is not legal advice. This is for informational purposes only, and you should always consult with your attorney before implementing any of the information in the show. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Legalpreneur Podcast. Today we are talking about compliance. What exactly does that mean? But before we get into it, here to remind you about Legalpreneur Live happening October 5th through the 7th in Phoenix, Arizona at the Hyatt Regency. Use promo code LPPodcast to save a special discount. The link is in the show notes. Go get your ticket now. And you want to run, get those tickets because they will sell out. We have limited seats, and with the 2 speakers we have already announced, trust me, this is going to sell out, especially the VIP option. I think that's going to sell out really, really quickly because you get to meet the speakers. 2 speakers so far, Danielle Canty from Boss Babe. Yes, the viral Boss Babe that every online entrepreneur knows about. And Ali Webb, the founder of Drybar and a few other things. But seriously, those 2 amazing ladies plus so many more amazing speakers will be there and at the VIP party. So get your ticket now. Don't wait. It is going to sell out. Don't forget to use promo code LPPodcast for a special discount. Okay, so we're talking about compliance today. What exactly does that mean? Well, it means different things for every business because what it means to be in compliance for one business doesn't have the same meaning for another business. So being in compliance just means that you aren't breaking any laws, you're not breaking any rules, especially if you are a professional or if you are in an industry that is regulated. Staying in compliance means that you are following all of the rules and regulations. In addition, that means you're not infringing on anybody's trademarks, copyrights. You are fulfilling all of the contracts that you're in. Basically, you want to make sure that you are doing business as clean as possible and you are following all the laws, all the rules, all the regulations, everything involved. So this means different things for different businesses. When I had Andrea Sager Law, the law firm, there were a lot more laws and rules that I had to stay in compliance with. Number 1 being the ethical rules for attorneys. And not even that, but there's rules literally in every single state for attorneys that you have to follow. So following those set of rules, plus the same thing as intellectual property, same things as every other business owner, trademarks, copyrights, staying in compliance with all of those. So as a lawyer, we have our own set of rules. If you are a therapist, a licensed counselor, anything like that, you have your own set of rules as well. If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, you have your own set of rules there. And a lot of these professional industries are now creating rules around social media. So not only do you have to stay in compliance with these rules to maintain your license, but you also have to follow these rules outside of the practice area as far as, social media or email marketing. Basically, they want to make sure that you are staying in compliance with the rules when it comes to marketing as well. So compliance can mean a whole slew of things. If you are, let's say you're a clothing boutique owner, stay in compliance. Since you're not a licensed professional to run a clothing boutique, really it's the state laws, the city local laws if you have a brick and mortar store. And then of course we have our intellectual property laws. If you're in any contracts, make sure you are upholding all of their contracts. Now, one tricky one is coaches, because coaching, it's an unregulated industry. And a lot of coaches come from other areas. So you have relationship coaches, you have business coaches, you have attorney coaches, you have a coach literally for everything. And because it's unregulated, depending on what specific area you're coaching in and whether that practice area has any rules or regulations, could mean that you have more areas to stay in compliance with. Because coaching is an unregulated industry, I've seen some pretty crazy things there. I'll leave it at that, but just know that staying in compliance or what does it mean? It is different for every single business. So you have to take a look at, okay, what is my business? What am I doing? Am I licensed in anything? If you have a license for anything, there's always another compliance piece to that. So you always want to make sure if you have any sort of license, this is a law license to be a nurse, a doctor, even a local license to have a brick and mortar, any type of license, there are rules and regulations with it and to maintain that license. So make sure that you are following any rules and regulations with any sort of license that you may or may not have. Well, that's staying in compliance, you guys. Another short and sweet episode, but seriously, staying in compliance can mean a million different things. So just make sure that you know what it means to be in compliance with whatever your business is. If you need help, of course, we have the Legalpreneur membership. Your attorney can help you go through everything and make sure that you are actually in compliance and you are staying in compliance. If you're not, of course, they can help you get there as well. So click the link in the show notes, sign up for the Legalpreneur membership, get your ticket to Legalpreneur Live happening October 5th through the 7th. Use promo code LP Podcast for a special discount. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Here at Legalpreneur, we're committed to providing a supportive legal community for all business owners. I know how scary the legal stuff can be. If you found this information helpful, I would be so grateful if you could share it with a fellow business owner. And quite frankly, it doesn't cost anything to rate, review, or subscribe to the show. Your support helps me reach more listeners, which allows me to support more business owners in their entrepreneurial journey. Have any questions or comments about the show? Feel free to drop me a line on Instagram. I promise I read all of the messages and comments. And if you want to be a guest on the show or know someone that would make a great guest, simply fill out our application form and a team member will reach out if we think it's a good fit. I'll see you in the next episode.